Welcome back to the deep dive. Okay, so the last time we were in the eighth circle, dealing with the Simonists, remember that? Everything turned upside down.
Right. That sense of inversion was really powerful. And we're staying in that eighth circle today.
We are moving on to the 20th canto of Inferno, and this takes us to the fourth bolgia.
Another lovely spot in hell. This one's, well, memorable. It's where Dante places the fortune tellers and the diviners.
Ah, yes, and their punishment. It's quite something. They walk with their heads twisted completely backwards.
Exactly. Forced to look perpetually behind them, tears streaming down their backsides because they can't see forward.
Wow. It's a classic contrapasso, then. A punishment fitting the sin, you know.
Precisely. They presume to see the future, God's domain, so now they can't even see what's directly in front of them, just backwards.
And as Dante and Virgil walk through, they encounter some big names from mythology and history.
Yeah, people like Amphiaraus, the seer Tiresias, and Manto as well.
Manto. She's linked to Mantua, right? Virgil's birthplace.
And what's really fascinating here, for you maybe, is Virgil's own account of Mantua's founding.
Oh.
He gives this specific story involving Manto, the sorceress, finding the spot after her wanderings. But the interesting part is, Dante's Virgil actually corrects the version told by the historical Virgil in the Aeneid.
No way. So Dante's sort of tweaking his master's work.
Kind of. It shows how Dante's interacting with these classical sources, making them his own. A little special treat, maybe.
That's really cool. But shifting gears a bit, there's this emotional moment, isn't there? Dante sees them suffering and, well, he starts crying.
He does. He feels pity for their distorted state.
Which seems, human.
It does, but Virgil reacts very strongly. He rebukes Dante quite sternly.
Really? Why?
Because, from Virgil's perspective, and Dante needs to learn this pity for souls who actively rebelled against divine will, who tried to usurp God's knowledge of the future. That pity's misplaced. It's almost impious itself.
I see. So it's not just about feeling bad. It's about understanding why they're there. Discerning compassion.
Exactly. It's a lesson in moral clarity. When is compassion appropriate, and when does it border on condoning the sin itself? That's crucial for Dante's journey.
That's a really deep point. It makes you think. And another thing that struck me is the mix of people here.
You mean like figures from Greek myth alongside maybe more contemporary medieval diviners?
Yeah, from different times, different cultures, all lumped together.
Right. And that suggests something important, doesn't it? That this sin, this desire to improperly know the future, it's universal, timeless.
Okay, so if we try to pull some lessons from this for us, what stands out?
Well, the most obvious one is maybe respecting limits. Human knowledge has boundaries, especially when it comes to the future. Trying to force that knowledge, it leads to distortion.
Like their twisted necks. And maybe also about the present.
How so?
While they're forced to look back, does that say something about how focusing too much on what might happen stops us from living now?
I think that's a very strong reading, yes. Their obsession with the future ironically traps them in the past and blinds them to the present moment unfolding right before them.
Okay. And the compassion point, too. We need to think about why we feel sorry for someone, use our reason.
Yes, moral discernment and compassion. It's not just raw emotion. It needs understanding.
And the illusion of control. That's huge. They thought they could control or at least know the future.
And the result is total lack of control, being puppets of their punishment. The irony is sharp.
It makes you wonder about today. We're obsessed with prediction, aren't we?
Absolutely. Planning, algorithms, predictive tests, forecasting markets, weather, everything.
We crave that certainty, that control over what's coming.
Could that relentless focus on predicting and managing the future be causing its own kind of distortion for?
How do you mean? Like twisting our perspective?
Maybe. If we're constantly trying to map out and control every variable, do we lose the ability to just be present? To respond genuinely to what life actually throws at us? Do we, in a way, lose the ability to truly look forward with openness because we're so fixated on the predicted path?
It's like we're trying so hard to see ahead, we end up not really seeing at all, just following the algorithm, maybe?
Modern drive for prediction, does it trap us, in a way? Prevent us from fully living?
That's a really powerful question to leave things on. So maybe something for you, our listener, to think about. How does our own modern desire to predict and control everything impact our ability to just be present, to truly experience life as it unfolds? Well, this has been our 20th Deep Dive. Thank you so much for joining us on this part of the journey.
Yes, thank you.
Until next time.